We've all bought into the idea at one time or another that convenience is the ultimate hack, that it's easier to grab fast food than to cook a real meal, or that it's easier to veg out on the couch than to get up and move. It's this one sided story we keep telling ourselves, like convenience is the holy grail of living easy. But here's the thing, it's a lie, a one dimensional, oversimplified lie. When you hear someone say it's just easier, that little word just is doing a lot of heavy lifting. It tricks you into thinking the choice is obvious, that it's the path of least resistance. And that's where the thought process stops dead in its tracks. Just easier, right? Just hit the drive-through, just order in, just skip the workout. But let's flip that coin over. Sure, there's some truth in convenience. It feels easier in the moment. But it's only part of the story. And it's the part that leads us down a path of amnesia where we forget all about the other outcomes that come with those easy decisions. This kind of thinking is a surefire way to stall your progress. So stick with me here, because I'm about to take you down two different paths, two very different paths. These are the choices you face when you've got a goal in mind, but you're torn, stuck in ambivalence, or worse, being led by those sneaky, unchallenged thoughts that convenience is the only way. Let's dive in. I refer to the two paths as tension reliever or goal achiever. I think I got these terms way back from personal growth guru Brian Tracy. So we've got the tension reliever path and the goal achiever path. What are the characteristics that distinguish one from the other? There are essentially three variables to consider for both paths: the duration of pleasure, the duration of pain, and the flow of energy. Tension relievers don't go long. They discount the value of their future, and they prioritize convenience and immediate gratification. Rolling through a fast food joint is convenient. Grabbing something quick, wherever it's grabbed, is convenient. But let's be real. Often with this convenience comes pleasure. We get junk food that tastes good. We probably get a hit of feel-good dopamine. We can just check out for a few minutes. We get some relief from the stress of the day, or we feel a sense of deserved reward. These rewards imprint on our brain, telling our brains we should remember the good. It's pleasurable, and this behavior should be repeated. A universal truth is we don't repeat behaviors without a payoff. So for any behavior we repeatedly engage in, there's always a payoff. But as Paul Harvey used to say, here's the rest of the story. The pleasure payoff with the tension reliever path is incredibly short-lived, lasting seconds to minutes most times. If you have a worthy goal you'd really like to achieve, if you have expectations and aspirations for your future self, but you follow the tension reliever path of convenience and taste by too often hitting fast food or grabbing quick junk food, however it's grabbed, does the pleasure you get from it last a short time or a long time? I say it's seconds to a few minutes most times. What do you say? So for the tension reliever path, variable 1, duration of pleasure, the duration is very short. The next variable to look at is duration of pain. With the tension reliever path of engaging in perceived convenience, is the pain short-lived or long-lived? It's long-lived. Sure it is. If you've got goals, expectations, and aspirations for your future self, then each time you engage in sabotaging self-destructive tension relief, you perpetuate ongoing pain from mental, emotional, and physical dimensions. Think about it. When we're talking about the impact of self-destructive tension-relieving behaviors on mental health, we're referring to our ability to think clearly, make good decisions, and solve problems. Do you find you are routinely better able to do these things when you're living on ultra-processed food and engaging in self-destructive tension relief? I think not. Self-destructive tension relieving impacts our emotional fitness, at a minimum, by increasing regret and rumination, heightening negative self-talk, lowering mood and patience, reducing hope, and reducing self-confidence. Self-destructive tension relieving can impact us physically by feeding whole body inflammation, joint pain, and increasing the risk of cardiovascular disease, diabetes, cancer, and autoimmune issues, just to name a few. The pain of routinely engaging in self-destructive tension relieving convenience is very long. So, last up of the three variables to consider for tension reliever versus goal achiever is flow of energy. For tension relieving, despite a misconceived perception that it's just easier and doesn't require energy, it most definitely does require energy. A distinguishing characteristic of tension reliever behavior is the resulting long-term, effortful negative energy that results. It takes a lot of energy to feel sloppy, frumpy, sluggish, slow, like a failure, hopeless, pathetic, and as someone who doesn't keep their self-promises. There is a very negative, effortful energy flow when we're living in the state of tension reliever. Ugh, right? It's no fun at all. It's just no fun at all. Wait, no fun at all? That's a lie, isn't it? Both the tension reliever and the goal achiever paths have pleasure aspects. So there is, for a very short time, some fun for choosing the path of tension reliever. For the tension reliever path, the pleasure is short-lived, the pain is long, often chronic. It takes a lot of energy to process the outcome of tension relieving habits, and the flow of that energy is mostly negative. Be there no mistake, the tension reliever path, all things accounted for, is a hard one. All right, so let's look at the goal achiever path. Kind of feels like it's time for a palate cleanser, doesn't it? Goal achievers go long. They value their future, and they prioritize the value of delayed gratification. The goal achiever path also has elements of pleasure, pain, and energy flow. So let's start by going back to that should I swing through the drive-through real quick decision. Is it just easier? Now we know that answer is a big fat no. It's not just easier. So this time we're going long and choosing the goal achiever path. So what happens? Well, let's start with pain. Might there be some pain from that feeling of I deserve this not immediately being met, for not indulging, for not satisfying the craving, convenience, or hunger quick fix? Yes, almost undoubtedly. And we need to now devise an alternative to the convenience of fast food or junk food or whatever it is. We might even have to sit in the muck a while. That is, we might not have an immediate fix or answer to what's troubling us in the moment. We might just have to sit with it a bit. How long does the pain of going long and choosing goal achievement last? It will usually last about the same amount of time as the pleasure of tension relief, usually very short. As the pleasure of choosing the tension reliever path is very short, the pain of choosing the goal achiever path is almost always very short. So let's flip to the aspect of pleasure for the goal achiever. What about the duration of pleasure for choosing the goal achiever path? I'd say it ranges from quite long to forever. When we choose goal achiever with respect to mental, emotional, and physical dimensions, we've literally chosen the opposite of what we got for going the tension reliever path. Each time you go long and choose goal achiever, each time you engage in behaviors that support the best version of you, your highest future aspirations, you perpetuate feeling authentically good. For mental health, you'll feel authentically good more often, think more clearly, make better decisions, be more productive, and solve problems easier. You'll also reduce your chances of future dementia or neurodegenerative diseases. Going long with the goal achiever path impacts our emotional fitness, at a minimum, by eliminating regret and rumination, improving self-talk, elevating mood, increasing hope, with increased self-confidence, and feeling a sense of pride and accomplishment. Going along with the goal achiever path impacts us physically by increasing health, reducing whole body inflammation, improving or eliminating joint pain, decreased risk of cardiovascular disease, better blood sugar control, healthy blood lipids, healthy metabolic function, the potential reversal of diabetes and autoimmune issues, reducing or eliminating medications, reduced risk of cancers, and achieving a healthy body composition, giving us a firmer, tighter, sexier body that can move in any way we want with passion. I know it's a lot on the screen if you're watching this instead of just listening, but there are a lot of benefits for going long, for taking the goal achiever path. So as we continue to filling in the comparison tables for the tension reliever and goal achiever paths, we have to fill in the pleasure row of goal achiever with the duration of pleasure being long. So, just as we did when evaluating the tension reliever path, we have one more area to consider: the flow of energy. If you have a worthy goal you'd really like to achieve, if you have high expectations and aspirations for your future self, and you follow the goal achiever path, will it take effort? Yes. Exercising when you're tired, just don't feel like it, maybe don't even enjoy it, prepping, shopping, planning, and cooking real food. These behaviors, especially in the beginning, take effort, and effort equals energy. But what direction is the energy flowing? Unlike the tension reliever path, where energy is flowing negatively with all the mental, emotional, and physical detriments weighing on us every day, with the energy expended for the goal achiever path, we're moving and flowing in much more a positive direction, a direction of growth, achievement, and fulfilling our potential. So we now have our comparison tables for the tension reliever and goal achiever paths complete. For the tension reliever path, pleasure is short, pain is long, and the energy required is high, and it's flowing in a negative direction. For the goal achiever path, pleasure is long, pain is short, the energy required is high in the beginning, and less with experience for sure, and it's flowing mostly in a positive direction. You've probably seen these memes all over the place with this quote in it: choose your hard. When we consider the two paths, the one of tension reliever and the other goal achiever, we can recognize that losing weight can be hard, but so can being overweight, or less than that piece inside of you knows you have as your potential. So yes, we do need to choose our hard, but here's the thing. While living overweight has moments of ease, striving for a healthy weight and lifestyle provides more than just moments of ease. So not only choose your hard, but choose your easy. The kind of easy that pays off every day. It's easy to feel good when you're fueling your body right, moving with confidence, and waking up with the energy and purpose, on track to become the best version of yourself. It's easy when your mind is clear, decisions come naturally, and you have the mental space to focus on what truly matters. And physically, it's easy to enjoy life when your body is healthy, strong, and capable of whatever you want to do. And finally, choose your energy. Whichever path you choose, there's no free energy ride. The goal achiever path does require energy to change, especially at the start. But unlike tension reliever, the energy for goal achiever is mostly flowing in a positive direction toward growth, betterment, a healthier, more vibrant you, and ultimately achieving the best version of yourself. So, as you move forward, remember, you have the power to choose. Choose your hard, choose your easy, and most importantly, choose where your energy goes, because the path you choose will define the life you live.